Okay, we're good.
All right. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing all right. It's great to see you again.
Good to see you too. It's been a long time since we last talked.
Yes, I just want to congratulate you again on your achievement, creating the Z25s. It's very impressive.
Thank you. Yeah, it took a lot of time and resources on our end, but we're really proud of what we came out with, and we really do think that it's a transformative technology.
Definitely. And could I ask you a few questions about it? I know we're here to see if maybe we can help each other out, maybe transfer the rights, but could I ask you a few questions about the development?
Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
When you were developing the Z25s, were you planning to use it yourself or also sell it internally, or also figure out how to sell externally?
So we went into it knowing that having that technology and creating such a new technology would give us obviously a competitive advantage, since a lot of our products leverage magnets. But we also know that as a broader company, LTech has, your division is the only division that has the right to actually sell externally. So it was kind of a difficult decision, I guess. We knew that we weren't going to be able to market it or sell it externally, but internally there was a lot of potential for it, especially because I think something like 150 of our 200 products actually rely on magnets. So that's really what our decision was based around.
Thank you for the information. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
If we can come to an agreement that benefits you and has a good ROI for the time and money you spent developing, I know it was a big process developing this, and it involved a lot of money and time on your department's part. What factors about the licensing would be most important to you?
So I think the biggest thing that we would be looking for in general is just to recoup the money that we spent. So we spent about $12 million over the course of 3 years, and it was totally out of pocket on our end to develop the product. And then we actually calculated what we thought our potential sales would be internally for the 2-year period, or the upcoming 2-year period. And we calculated about 55 million to be what we think we could make profit just keeping it internal and developing and manufacturing everything ourselves. So that would be obviously if we didn't do a deal. But if we did do a deal, I think our biggest thing would just be trying to have obviously a purchase price from you that covers our loss, and also the money that we would be making keeping it internal. So I think our break even would be about like 67 million. But then we also are interested in potentially having some type of exclusivity clause in it, where maybe say for 6 months, you are limited to selling to our competitors, whether it be every competitor or just direct competitors to us.
Great, that is helpful information. And can you tell me more about the 55 million number? Is that in sales?
So that was calculated. Let me pull up my little sheet. That would be from internal sales. So that's what we came to from.
I know there's a lot of numbers. I'm going to have to refer to my
so many numbers. So it would be, if we were selling it internally, our profit would be 55 million, and it breaks down into 15 million and a 10% profit on 150 million worth of the product that would be able to sell internally. And then 40 million profit from the competitive advantage of having it.
That is impressive.
In our own products.
That's impressive. The numbers my analyst gave me was that currently you're selling only about 10 million magnets a year internally, so you're making about 1 million profit per year. So that's like a huge.
It's a big difference there.
Yeah. And I'm not so good at numbers. That's why I have the analyst. So I'm trying to juggle this at the moment.
That's a great point. I mean, we figure that obviously there's nothing like this in the industry right now. So on competitive advantage alone, we think that that would be huge, especially, you know, our products. Like I said, a lot of them rely on the magnets. Internally, a lot of other products probably could leverage them as well. And then we also know that in going into a deal, we really only see the value of the actual technology lasting and being like fresh for about 2 years before our competitors start to develop their own technology and actually catch up with us. So something to keep in mind if we go into a deal and actually give you manufacturing and developing rights.
Thank you for that information. My analyst actually gave me a little bit different information about that 2 year. They said it was a 2 year lifespan total, like 2 years is the all you could be, anybody could be selling it for, not the before the competitors thing, but I know we have different analysts, so they give us different information.
Different outlooks, right? Yeah, so I guess if you're interested in obtaining manufacturing rights, what would your base point be in terms of an offer?
We have a few other factors to factor in, but we
go ahead.
if that's okay. I know you've answered some of my other questions, so I'm trying to get through those. I had some ideas that would affect our base price about the structure of the licensing if we license from you, such as like a base price plus royalty, like you get money now and then ongoing on sales.
Okay.
So you would like recoup your costs now, and then there would be like a percentage on what we sell as we go along.
Do you have a projected, I guess, percentage and what that would equate to? Since I guess we both kind of came to the agreement that 2 years is kind of the maximum that this technology is really worth anything to anyone.
According to our analysts. I do have this giant sheet of numbers from my analysts about lifetime profit minus the price that we give you. And there's a bunch of different scenarios depending on all the not restrictions, but terms of the deal.
Yes. So I think
I definitely think that 6 months is fair for the competitors.
Okay. And now would you be open to just direct competitors or all competitors?
Let me find my notes. Definitely your direct competitors for 6 months.
That I can make a deal with.
For the other competitors, I think my research found that the ones that are not your direct competitors are not going to be able to develop technology to like integrate this new technology into their current stuff fast enough. Before that 2 years is up.
That's a good point. Okay.
So would that part be okay? Just 6 months for your direct competitors of your department?
Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's fair, especially if, you know, the life is 2 years. That's a quarter of the time. It'll give us plenty of time to utilize the product and get our product out there with it to gain that competitive advantage.
You already have this big advantage of already, as you've been developing it, you've probably been developing your other products to integrate.
Exactly.
So you're ready.
Utilizing it in our own.
Ready. Okay, 6 months direct. That helps me narrow down my sheet of numbers. Thank you. And then
I don't know if you have a point about this or not, but I know that we already do business with you purchasing internally.
Yes.
If we were to do a deal where we gave you the rights to develop the product, would there be any flexibility in the pricing that we pay to get products from you internally?
All products or this product or both scenarios?
Probably both scenarios. I mean, we could say all to make it easier, but
scenarios. see what we can do. What if we provide, if we're manufacturing the Z25s, what if we provide your division with the Z25s at cost to use in your products? So in essence, you're not paying a premium for like your product that you developed.
Okay. So we wouldn't be paying, obviously you wouldn't be making the 10% profit on it then.
Correct. Okay. We would not make a profit.
Would you be open to like a 15% discount on that?
Yeah, I think that sounds fair. Let me write that on our sheet. So at cost minus 15% for Z25s?
Yes.
Correct?
My other, so we already agreed on restrictions. Purchase price for the other materials, are you open to a discount as well, or are you pretty locked in on that?
For the types of magnets that you buy from us currently?
Yes.
How about would a 5% discount on the products you buy from us currently help?
At cost.
What do we currently? We sell other types of magnets to you with the profit on our end.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be a 5% reduction in the price that you currently pay us.
Could we do cost?
I have to look at the numbers. I feel like we should have our analyst here just pounding out the numbers. I'm not sure I can do at cost because I believe we make half of your magnets currently, and that's quite a bit.
Okay. All right. So we can touch back on that then. Maybe. I think honestly, my biggest point is the price that you're willing to purchase rights at.
Okay.
Overall, just the total transfer price and what you're thinking there.
I can agree to a higher price. I don't know if I should say price first or say that I could agree to a higher price if we can make the payment plan timing flexible. So it's not all at once. It's divided up across the years. But we would definitely want to pay you the $12 million this year to get that cost off your balance sheet, to get your accounting better.
Okay. And then what would the total be over the period? What would the payment period be?
Let's see. And with our with our different analysts' calculations, we had completely different analysts. They were thinking that you would be making only a few million in profit by your internal sales. So I was trying to adjust my numbers. We had different numbers for that. If you were selling the Z25s, my analysts were saying that you would only make a few million in internal sales profit. But I'm trying to figure in your analyst numbers as well.
Yeah, internally, according to my analysts, we would sell about 150 million.
Thank you for your patience.
No, it's okay. It's a lot of number crunching. And then we would have 40 million in profit from the competitive advantage of having it in our products before competition. So that would break down to about 55.
So I think we covered that competitive advantage part with the 6 months delay. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think to an extent. I don't know that because it's never actually been out in the market yet that we can say for a fact that that's the number. But it does add some flexibility to the number I can do. I definitely want to at least be able to recoup part of the projected profit.
Thank you again for your patience as I crunch the numbers. So we have 12 million this year.
Yeah.
So you can get that off your balance sheets and recoup on some costs.
All right, so we'd reimburse the 12 million.
And what plus the giving you at cost minus the 15% discount for the same product for your division's use. And what would you say? I have some other factors we can factor in, but what would you say for after that 10 million a year for 3 years? So that would be 40.
Honestly, I think that if we're going to do a payment plan, within the 2 years would be the most ideal, just because that's when we'd be making money off of the Z25 product anyway.
All right.
And then that would be 30 million. So that would bring it, what, 42? Would you be able to do, like, even if it was just like 55, the total that we had?
Let me look through a few more points to see what we can do to make it work.
Because at the end of the day, honestly, my goal is to just be able to make sure my division, has enough of a profit from this to be able to grow and, sustain that growth and profitability. So
this might throw both of our calculations off, but another idea I had that might work for both of our departments is what if your department continues to produce it and sell it internally, and that we just license the rights for external selling?
Okay, so then how would you propose that would break down?
For that, and we would still have the 6 months delay for your competitors, of course. Okay. The at cost thing part doesn't play into because you're making it yourself for for costs.
So maybe we can turn that into some sort of a negotiation from each other.
Yeah, and you'd still be making your internal profit that you calculated, which was much higher than my analyst calculated. What is making it hard for me at the moment to So this would be like extra bonus on top of what you already projected, wouldn't it? What, correct?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, unless that's considered part of it, but would we have a percentage of the sales externally then? Is that what you're proposing?
Yes, I think a percentage would probably make the most sense.
Yeah, for the partnership.
Let's see. If we were to give you, since you're doing the manufacturing, let's see. What if we?
It's hard to figure out.
Something my analyst did not prepare for. What if we were to give you a royalty of 5% of the profit of external sales? 5% more than you would be making currently.
What are your external sales projected to be?
Let's see.
If you did have them.
With the 6 month, I believe my internal sales are mixed up in this, so it's hard. And it's like minus transfer price. but I think I can guess 100 million from going in between some of these numbers with the 6-month delay.
That'd be 5 million.
That would be 5 million over 2 years.
Continue. Would you be open to 10% just because we also took on, we developed it basically. I mean, it was brought to your division as an opportunity and you guys turned it down. So we invested the time, the money, you know, and the resources into actually creating this product. So it's probably in our best interest to try and also capitalize on external sales.
I was actually not looking at sales numbers, so that's a good point. Those were, no, those, I'm trying to think, sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm not sure how much my analysts want me to reveal to you, but those were profit numbers. So that would be.
They would expect to profit 100 million off of.
I'm trying. I don't know what that would be. It's like. Why don't we just talk in percentage of the profit?
That works.
That's what I can figure out at the moment.
That works. So the profit is 100 million that you have down.
That is what is projected, sort of, with our current conditions.
Okay.
Kind of.
Okay. So roughly $100 million in profit.
In external sales, yes.
And is that annually? Or is that total for 2 years?
Lifetime profit, so total.
Okay. All right. So I'm trying to, would you be able to do, if we're still selling internally, would you do like 12% just to at least make our 12 million off of that?
Yes. Definitely.
Then we can at least break even on that portion of the deal.
Yes. I think that sounds good. From what I can tell, I feel like I should have my analysts go over this one more time before like our 100% sign the contract deal, but I'm pretty sure I feel pretty good about that. Should we go over terms one more time?
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
And then we'll send it to each other, have both of our analysts look at it, and then
finalize it all. Sounds good.
So you are continuing to manufacture?
Yes.
The Z25s, and you have the rights to sell internally?
Mm-hmm.
So you can still make your projected numbers there. You're selling us the rights to sell externally.
Yes.
In exchange for 12% of the profit, which is estimated to be total profit estimated to be 100 million.
Yeah.
And
that'd be a
delay. Sorry to interrupt. We're going to delay selling to your direct competitors for 6 months.
Yes. And then I think that's on restrictions and infection price. Do we still want to do a deal when it comes to purchasing other materials internally from each other, or do you think it's where as it is, it's fine?
I think we should circle back to that on another day.
Okay, but because I know as it is, we've purchased about $7 million in products from you annually.
That's true. Let's see.
So if there's any way to kind of negotiate that, that would be beneficial.
What if we give, what are we trying to find? What were we talking about before with that?
We were trying to think of a percentage of discount, I guess.
What if we split, I don't know what the right word for this is, and some number word. Cut our division's profit in half and give you the 5% discount on the magnets you buy from us.
So you give us the 5% discount.
Which is,
would you be able to do cost?
I don't think we'd be able to do cost just because there's so many. It's half of all the magnets in your products.
Because this partnership is going to probably, it'll bring a lot of extra profit, and revenue to you guys as well, and exposure, I'm sure, through having such a new and advanced technology.
Innovative product that you developed. What about 7.5% on your current magnet purchases?
I can do that. That works.
And again, did you have any other questions or points?
No, I don't think so. I think that we ironed everything out pretty well. And I think that, like you said, we'll just have our analysts take another look at all the numbers that we came up with and finalize everything.
I think that sounds good. I think this is a good deal for our company, LTech.
Yes, absolutely. At the end of the day, we're both benefiting the bigger, company. So
yes. All right. Well, I will be in touch. Our teams will be in touch. And it was really great talking to you today.
Good talking to you too. Thank you.
Thank you.